PFT. Let's meet our second match competitors. It is Dana Beers making his return to the Triple S alongside Feidelberg and PFT. Let's just say the cans will be cracked.
Yeah, you think? His name's Dana Beers. He's drinking at noon. This is good for Dana. This is usually about the time of day that Dana starts to get hungover from getting drunk at work. So he's vigilantly held off to crack his first one at 7 p.m. He looks like he would get shot dead if he were walking through the streets of South Central. Hopefully there's no gang activity in the Stool Stream Stadium. We haven't had any of those issues before, but I don't want to rule anything out.
All right, so Dana in red and Feits in white. PFT, this kind of looks like Where's Waldo, but separated, right?
It does, yeah. If you were to split Waldo down the middle, down his inseam with a laser, you would separate them into these two here. Red and white, red and white.
All right, so both players going to simultaneously throw all 8 bags, and the most points will go first. Dana in blue, Feits in yellow, and nobody scores. We'll run it back.
All right.
What do you think of that, PFT?
Get a little mulligan here.
There's no real technique to starting this out, or at least if there is, nobody's figured it out yet. They all just kind of, they do spray and pray.
Spray and pray.
3, 2, 1.
They're going pimp grip.
Oh, it's a cornhole for Dana in blue.
That was a good
And
good
he
use.
will go first.
Great use of the pimp grip there. So long been saying that foul shooters like Dwight Howard, some guys that might not be able to make 60% of their free throws in the NBA, should go underhand. Don't call it granny style. Call it something cool like the pimp grip.
Second time we've seen a cornhole off of this.
Shit.
And we're off and running. Dana did miss the first.
Watch the feet, watch the feet.
And a warning by Billy Football. You see the taped line right there, PFT. Important to note, you can step on it. You cannot step over, or else your pitch will be an automatic 0.
Yeah, Billy Feetball, living up to his name, keeping an eye on those little tootsies of Dana B. They did step over, Jake. I saw that. But you give Dana B an inch, he'll take a mile.
Oh, Feits brings 2 home right there. And that will finish off our first round.
Yeah, that was we're off to a bit of a slow start, but that's okay. I think these two need to find a rhythm a little bit. Dana needs to get his
I like how we have
alcohol
Jake keeping
level
score,
up to
because I
about
always lose score during this shit.
0.9 before he can start throwing accurately.
3 points for Feidelberg, so he will have the honor after a pair of cornholes. Remember, questions 3 and 4. Question 3, the series score. And then question 4 is going to be the margin of victory in game 2. So not this game, but the next one. But right now, of course, you're rooting for whoever you took in question 3. 957 of you still alive in that quest for 4K.
It's a great shirt Feits is wearing, isn't it? Kim K is
Right
my
there,
lawyer.
boys.
Don't really
Right
understand
there.
it, but it is cool.
Color rush. Never know what to expect.
And 1. That was interference.
And it's an air
Stepped in
pitch.
my line of vision.
But 3 Woodies for Dana,
Did he not
2
step in my line of vision?
for Feidelberg. And
Dana-
it's 5 points for Feits. He leads 8-0.
Dana calling an and 1 in cornhole. You don't see that very often.
Might
even
have been
though
a
he
fair
missed
call.
the table. He said that Feits stepped into his line of vision. You'll know that Dana is an advocate of scumbag golf, where I'm sure stepping into the line of vision is actually smiled upon. So do as I say, not as I do, Dana.
And PFT, something of note that I think is interesting, when Dana made his Stool Streams debut a couple of weeks ago in a Jenga loss, he had 7 high noon hard seltzers in a 30-minute span. So far, he's not cracked open any 5 minutes in. Surprising to say the least.
He's changed. You've changed, Dana.
Stole it from me.
You used to be cool, Dana.
Feidelberg
me,
off
you
and
my
running
fucking
once
pussy.
again, picks up a deuce, and it is
say that?
10-0.
The chat saying Dana does not even yug. He doesn't know how to yug.
Billy stole
He
my
cannot yug. He's yugless. You yugly. Y-U-G-L-Y. You ain't got no alibi. You sober. You sober.
And at PFT, I believe Dana is accusing Billy of stealing his high noon hard seltzer now. So an investigation is launched.
That probably did happen between the two of them. I mean, yeah, they both love drinking.
Bunch of Woodies so far.
Come on, boys. Get in there.
And it's off to the right for Feits. Dana just looking to find the scoreboard. A one-hop into the hole. Could that be the start? But Feits mimics it. Oh, Dana Dana with a double cornhole, and he does something inappropriate to the camera to celebrate.
Dana just got the entire Stool Streams arena pregnant. The air is thick with Dana B's seed right now, and with good reason. I mean, look at these shots. Look at these. You can't even practice shots like these. Fights with a little hop right there and the fist pump. You love to see that. The jeans couldn't get any tighter, but neither could this game.
He picks up 5 points to cut the deficit in half. It is 10-5 Fights, and Dana, for the first time today, will have the honor despite that disgusting act.
It was a disgusting act, yeah. I think he might be getting an envelope in his locker from the commissioner after this one.
Still completely sober.
Give me a fucking high noon, Billy. What do you mean 1 second?
Couple of woodies that cancel out.
What's Hank telling you to do?
Off to the right. Fights with a second woody. Dana responds with a miss. That one too strong. Big cornhole for Dana. Fights with his third woody of the round. It's 2 more points for Dana. And he is down by 3, but more importantly, he has High Noon Hard Seltzer #1 in his hand.
This is like Popeye and spinach right now. He is cracked into the good stuff. I don't know who made Billy the arbiter of when Dana is allowed to start drinking. Billy's probably the worst person to have in charge of your sobriety.
Dana pouring
Jim
it
Irsay,
into
baby.
a cup.
I wonder why he's doing that. Could he possibly be about to yug?
No, I'm holding the sponsor up.
Yeah, okay, so Dana is choosing to give credit to the sponsor by pouring it into a different cup and then drinking out of that. Interesting strategy, but, you know, I am not one to doubt the marketing genius Dana B.
And by the way, a quick scoring correction, PFT. It was 1 point for Dana. So he still has the honor. It's 10-6 here in our opening set right now. 10-6 Fights.
boys.
Dana with the honor. No points accumulated in this round until Fights lands the woody. Second woody, nearly identical spot. That one not even close.
Drinks 1 beer.
High Noon Hard
1
Seltzer.
noon. Hard seltzer.
All right, so 3 woodies for Feidelberg. 3 more points for
Fights-
the 32-year-old.
Fights is throwing a heavy bag right now, Jake. I don't know if you heard the thuds that were coming out of that board. They're landing heavy over there.
13-6 in favor of the 6'2", 225-pounder from Fall River, Massachusetts, and he has the honor once again.
And as I predicted, the board is heated up. I got my laser on it right now. It is
see it.
64 degrees. So this thing, the friction is working.
Oh, Dana misses wildly once again. I know these High Noon Hard Seltzers are great, but he's really throwing off Dana off his game right now.
I don't think so, Jake. I think that's naturally Dana's equilibrium. The High Noon is having a battle against his sense of balance right now, and right now Dana's natural sense of balance is winning. His clumsiness, his internal clumsiness is taking advantage.
4 woodies for Feidelberg, 1 for Dana. It's 3 more points, and the lead is double figures once again, 16-6.
I think this is about as close as it's going to get for Dana. I mean, it's hard to hit both walls in Cornhole. That rarely, if ever, has happened.
Fights will once again kick things off, and Fights actually, in his pregame notes, it's actually not going to what he had planned. He said Dana's going to be so drunk he won't be able to stand. Half a High Noon in? I don't know if that's the case, unless he's an extreme lightweight.
Yeah, Dana's proving him wrong right now.
Not on the scoreboard, though, and that's all that matters for Feidelberg.
Oh, you son of a bitch. Jake, I'd like to correct you. This is number 2. You missed me crack my other one.
For the record, Dana has drank more than Jake thought that he drank.
And who?
Than Jake thought that he drank.
All right, it's 4 points for Dana, and it's 16-10.
It's not just the inner ear, it's the outer ear right now for Dana that is giving him some trouble. If we were playing in a backyard at a barbecue, he would have killed 2 people's grandmothers with some of those throws he's been putting out there.
Looks like bottoms up on this one.
You know what that tells me, Jake? It tells me that Dana understands that he is not one to last long in this stadium, so he might as well get the free nooners in while he can.
Down 16-10. Was down as many as 10. Now still within striking distance, as is the case with Feidelberg on that quest to 21. He needs 5 points and a cornhole there with a double hopper down in the hole. Dana a little short. Feits similar. Some more arc here. There's a lot going on in front of the hole right now.
It's fucking bullshit.
That is a crowded board.
Another look at the lone cornhole from round 9. It's 19-10 after Feidelberg picks up 3.
Yeah, look at this form. So Feidelberg is feeling himself a little bit here. He's got the bag in the other hand to counterbalance, just up on the tiptoes. Doesn't leave either one of his feet, just nice and balanced. Unlike Dana, who could not walk a chalk line.
Feits needs 2. Dana, by the way, as he's on high noon hard seltzer number 3, he said he'd be, quote, loose and ready to booze tonight. End quote. He initially said loose and ready to boost, but then I told him that doesn't rhyme.
I was about to say,
Yeah.
I think he thought that rhymed when he told you that.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, loose and booze, different letters, close.
He said still say it, though. Remember, Feidelberg just needs 2.
I feel like Dana doesn't ever not booze. He just
Yeah,
has,
but I have 2.
He has certain days where he says, no, I'm going to take it easy tonight. And then one friend says, hey, do you want a drink? And he's
Dana-
like, what the hell?
Oh,
Dana needs
I
to
don't
knock
think
this
that's the rule.
on or it's over.
I think you can go over.
Oh, it can go over.
Can go over.
Oh.
As mentioned at the top of the broadcast, so Dana needs at least a Woody here or game 1 is over. And Feidelberg takes it! He messes up the math, but it still doesn't matter. A 21-10 dub to win game 1.
That was a very professional job by you there, Jake. Just gently reminding him that you did, in fact, do your job, and you told him that rule earlier. And here's the winning point here. Feidelberg throws his about 6 feet to the side, or it looked like a Dana B throw. It was actually a little bit more accurate than some of the tosses we've seen out of him. Feits clapping it up, feeling good, feeling loose, and ready to boost.
All right, before we commence game 2, PFT, everybody is talking about the main event coming up next.
Yeah, I cannot wait for it. We're talking Rico Bosco. We're talking $20 chef. Let chef cook is what they're saying out there. It's trending on Twitter right now. And Rico is just, he is a ball of energy. He's a ball of anger. He is a ball of vengeance. And he's ready to roll over anyone who gets in his way. The air in the room just got a little bit colder because I think Rico just walked by outside. He is just like the Night King out there, ready to turn everybody into his dead army of undead soldiers and then die ungloriously in the last season and everybody get disappointed about it.
All right, here we go.
Do you have anything to say to next week's opponent, Rico Bosco?
Yeah, it's not gonna be pretty. I know that he might be the king of his backyard league or whatever with his neighbors, but we play real bags around here, and he's stepping into a whole different arena.
Keep doubting me. I mean, what do you want me to say? I love it. Put me on next week, and I'll connect again. I love it.
Rico is a wonderful human being. Just at Cornhole, unfortunately, he's not nowhere near where he thinks he is.
Fucking disgusting. Been living my life as an underdog.
Make sure everybody understands that Rico is it's a self-given title of him being the best.
I call him Rico Costco because he was putting so many bags in the fucking trunk that round. That was incredible. I call him Rico Costco. Rico Costco.
Rico Costco.
The pitch of the match for $20 chef.
The Babe Ruth of Cornhole.
And that's it. Rico Bosco, a 21-7 game 1 victory. Just called his shot. He said he's getting both of those in.
Let's see.
Can he back up his talk? No!
Oh, he does, man.
Secretariat, Seabiscuit, Rico Bosco.
All right, Dana Beers is 3. High noon, hard seltzers in. Let's check with him down the stream with Billy.
Dana, it started to go downhill after you cracked your first high noon. Are you going to mix in a water or just keep chugging high noons?
I'm not a pussy, Billy. So the answer, and no excuses. Last week was my flu game. This is also my flu game. I'm not a Thursday drinker. I'm a Saturday drinker. I'm a Sunday drinker. This is my flu game. But I'm going to have 4 more, and we're going to hit 8.
He's not a pussy, and he's going to drink 4 more. Back to you, Jake.
Thank you so much. Billy and Dana. He's on number 3 right now. Still needs to do a little more drinking to catch up to last week's pace.
Yeah, I think everybody at home probably watched that interaction and was like, what the hell is wrong with these two guys? They are the only ones that really speak each other's languages. They walked away from that conversation both being like, nailed it, dap it up, not a pussy, sweet.
All right, and by the way, that was number 4 completed. Dana went out of his way to try to correct me once again. So let's start things off in match number
yeah.
2. Fights with the honor after the 21-10 victory. He is aiming for that sweep. And by the way, PFT, only 13% took Fights to sweep. But those 13% love to see him start things off with a cornhole.
Yeah, they're looking pretty smart, the lucky 13 right there. Fights looking great down on the boards. Again, throwing that heavy bag that we talked about earlier. He's got the flat grip at the bottom. The bags land hard.
Come on. Come on, Dana. You fat fuck.
All right, another Woody to start things off in this round. So a lot of points on the board, but at the end of the day, it's 3 points for Feidelberg. And Dana finished High Noon Hard Seltzer number 4, but a little messy on the cleanup portion.
Yeah, hey, party foul. Billy, call him for a party foul. You'll love doing that. Party foul. Dana loved it too.
So
These two.
3-0 in favor of Feidelberg. And PFT,
I'm like
bigger
Ichiro.
keys
I
to the
just
match
single
presented
you
by
that.
High Noon Hard Seltzer.
Yeah, so if you're John Feidelberg, you really have to do one thing, and that's just not get down, or I should say up to Dana B's alcohol level. He's going to make you want to party. He's a fun guy to hang out with, fun guy to yug with. So if your fights, just don't yug. Just don't yug. Maybe sip a High Noon, enjoy yourself, but don't get on Dana's level. And if you're Dana B, I think you need to add a little bit of finesse. He's got the power game. He's got the strength going. He's a big dude, but maybe work on that touch. And also just try to be not quite as fat.
A wash to start off round 2
Wasn't your
of
last
set
interview
2.
words,
Remember,
"I'm not a
question
pussy"?
4 is what is at stake right here. On the Play Barstool app, we had 957 of you still alive heading into this second match. The most popular pick on question 4, the margin of 4-6. 50% out of 5 selections took that.
make
The
those
heavy
noises
underdog.
when you hit.
I don't know.
plus
I'm not. It's just not feeling good leaving my hands right
4%.
now.
Both players
The
expressing
altered
their
board
discomfort.
has just hit me all in my head right now.
Three 0 Feidelberg entering this round.
Come on, kid. One fucking time.
All right, well, so we'll keep you involved on the score. We apologize for the technical difficulties with our scoreboard, but PFT, that was 2 points for Feidelberg. He leads 5-0.
Yeah, Fights is out to an early lead here. That last toss by Dana tells me maybe the wheels are coming off. That missed by about 6 feet long. Again, that's the raw power that we talk about when we talk about Dana B. He needs to work on that touch.
Fights 5-love after a 21-10 win in Game 1. Looking for the sweep as Dana is holding 3 High Noon Hard Seltzers and burps.
I think if we did a word cloud, if we did a word cloud of Dana B's most commonly used phrases, it would probably just be pussy, sweet, and then just burping noises.
So if you're doing the math at home, you see 4 finished High Noon Hard Seltzers on the turf right now, and then he's holding 3. So Dana on his way to matching last week's record of 7 High Noon Hard Seltzers.
Suck it, all the haters that said that he couldn't drink 7 High Noon Seltzers.
Three
points for Dana. He's on the board, though, PFT, down by 2.
It was a good shot. You know, even a drunk pig finds an acorn every now and again. That one bounced off 2 bags. The old double doinking in. Got the Bears playing later on tonight. That was a classic Cody Parkey, but with a good result. A 3-pointer that counted.
All right, so Dana for the first time here in Game 2 cracks open High Noon Hard Seltzer. I'm not even going to say the number because he'll probably correct me even if he's wrong.
It was right here, Jake.
Yes, but you're holding a few, and I don't know which ones are done or not.
Oh, boy.
I don't count my drinks.
That is
not good.
Biggest lie that I've ever heard in my life also.
A lot going on around the hole right now.
I don't count my drinks from the zillion beers guy.
This man created a brand with a number.
With a number in it of drinks. Dana probably had like one epic night on Broadway in Nashville. And he's like, this was so sweet. I drank 25 beers. I'm going to get 25 slashes tattooed on my arm. So you remember just how drunk I got, and all you pussies couldn't keep up.
It's a wash after all of those pitches. So still 5-3 Feidelberg. Dana, though, continues to have the honor with a big-time burp.
Dealing with some gas right now.
A little backed up, boys.
Starts off with the cornhole on the back door. How will Fights respond? little short.
Jesus Christ.
Is Dana the least couth person in the world, Jake? His couthness has got to be off the charts in terms of a negative value.
Well, whatever he's doing, he's hanging around here as he continues to guzzle down a high noon hard seltzer.
Certainly is.
If I win this game, we might be hitting double digits, boys.
I mean, I believe I told Jake I was going to have you drinking 10 beers by the time we were done with this.
Yes.
10 high noons.
He did say he would not be able to stand.
Come on.
You gotta aim high in life, Jake. You know.
Absolutely. But Dana, despite all of this guzzling, he just took the lead. He leads 6-5.
Yeah, it's a classic okie dokie. Now watch this.
He's forgetting bags.
That is impeccable form on the burp. He reminds me of a King of the Hill character. Maybe some no good young teenager that's dating Luann tries to drink a beer with Hank Hill, say yep with him and burp, and Hank Hill just punches him in the jaw.
So Dana 6, Feidelberg 5, entering this round. Remember, a 21-10 win for Feits in Game 1. Just joining us, he's looking for the sweep. Dana, of course, trying to extend this match into a third and final round, which he said the high noon hard seltzer count could reach double figures if that's the case. That one's short, and we had a bunch of Woodies there. 6 to be exact. It's 2 more points for Dana. You lead
I almost
8-5.
did something inappropriate there. All right.
Try to figure out what Dana almost did. I feel like he almost does inappropriate things most seconds of his life. In that instance, it was probably involving his penis somehow.
In the
was
midst
like,
of
yeah, it was
high
a
noon
jerk
hard
off
seltzer
thing.
number 6, he leads 8-5. 8-0 run for the 27-year-old from Cape Cod.
Come on, that's got to get in.
Consistent Woody players, Dana. Gets his third.
Dana is the
Oh, it hits the camera. Our first camera shot of the evening.
Does that not count?
Dana is the
didn't
walking
go on.
embodiment of I'm better when I'm drunk.
Oh, that distracted me, Billy. That's on you. Fuck.
Too much. It is 2 more points
Cam
for
Banks.
Dana
I am
B.
slipping.
10-5.
Cam Banks rears his head again. Caught a bag right to the back of the camera on that one. But, I've noticed that more often than not, when the bag hits the camera, it tends to soften the landing a little bit and stick on the board.
Cam Banks, by the way, former Heisman Trophy candidate for Florida State back in 2014.
Absolutely.
10 in a row for Dana on a 10-0 run. He just finished high noon hard seltzer number 6, and he is going to tie his record. And there it is, 7 and counting.
You know who the real loser is? It's all of us because Dana, after drinking this much, is just going to want to hang out and talk for the rest of the night. Probably ruin our Thursday night football watching experience.
Bears Bucks 8:20. A nice pregame entertainment experience here on Soul Streams presented by High Noon Hard Seltzer as Dana's Woody streak continues. Feits knocks his own in with the Woody himself.
Fucking pussy.
Dana just called somebody a
Ah, you son of a...
second camera shot.
What do you call him, Jake?
Too many letters.
He called him a what? What was that?
PFT, the
Jake,
replay.
I didn't hear him. So this was right after Dana said something about somebody.
Yes, he called him a Fuckingpussy. Despite all the commotion, 4 points for Feidelberg. So he closes the gap, ends the 10-0 run, and is down 10-9.
Real pros pro, Jake. Despite all the commotion, is a master segue to just change the subject entirely.
Yes. I did answer you.
You did.
All Woodies so far.
I'm on fucking
PFT, we're
fire.
halfway to that all Woody round. I'm still expecting that name, but Feidelberg ends it.
Get in there, you bitch. My bad. Sorry for swearing.
Our producer Hank approves corn cocky.
Oh, if Hank approves it, then I know it's terrible.
Oh.
No
Well-
offense, Hank. I said no offense.
1 more point for Feidelberg and PFT. We are even at 10 apiece.
Yeah, this has become a game. I'll be honest with you. I thought that Dana was going to go off the cliff. I thought that he was going to just start putting holes in walls with these bean bags. But he's been locked in ever since he's reached about high noon number 6.
This is 7. Midst of 7. Feidelberg starts with the Woody.
I don't think he can do 10, Jake. I don't think he's got it in him.
Sorry.
Dude, I've gotten used to it by this point.
Old Dana would have drank 10.
You know, Dana may be disrespecting these High Noon hard seltzer cans by guzzling them down so quickly. Something he does respect highly is his opponent, John Feidelberg. He said he's probably one of the favorite people here at Barstool, and he's a fiery competitor.
What a guy.
Totally different tone from last week when he was being set up for Jenga, huh? Showing more respect to the competition.
Did you make
Sorry. Yeah.
Was he drunk when he did your pre-game?
Oh,
Was Dana breathing?
Yes.
He was probably drunk. So Feits with an interesting reaction here after one of the pitches.
Yeah, so he tosses it up there and then just gives himself the business. John Henry Feidelberg is a strong boy. Look at those arms. Doing a little flex afterwards.
That was a wash, by the way, so we're still even at 10.
You been doing curls down there, Feits?
No, I actually feel really fat, so that's nice of you to say.
Maybe it's just a tight T-shirt.
Everything's short. Everything's short.
Off for Dana. Feits. Oh, hanging on by a thread on the top left corner. Dana knocks it off. One more pitch each.
These two make an interesting contrast here. You got Dana that looks like he'd drink any beer, and Feits that looks like a grumpy bartender that would kick a guy like Dana out of whatever establishment he walked into.
It's 1 point for Feidelberg. He takes the lead once again. Talk about a game of runs, PFT. It was 5-0 Feits. Dana scored 10 to be up 10-5, and now it's Feits, 6 in a row.
Yeah, so if you're Feits, though, you see the comeback that Dana put on, you might start asking yourself, should I be yugging more? Maybe yugging is the key to this game.
Starts off with a little too much iron on that one.
I am decidedly winded right now. Like, I'm going to be sore tomorrow.
That one a little bit short.
What the fuck was that? Huh, boys?
I feel like my lack of self-confidence is never more prevalent than when I'm playing cornhole. I say, about every time I throw the
Yeah, this is it's an old hockey trick that Dana's using right now, just referring to everything as boys. Everyone is a boys. The bag is a boys. The beers are a boys. Himself, in fact, is a boys. He's calling himself boys.
6 Woodies in total. It's a wash, and it's still 11-10 Feidelberg. And PFT, if you have a smaller margin of victory, you've got to be feeling good.
Yeah, I mean, who would have thought? After game one, you see how these two are competing against each other. You see Dana get into high noon number 7. You think, hey, my bet is done here. Dana's making fools out of all of us.
Dana close to breaking a new record there as he closes in on completing high noon hard seltzer number 7. That's what he drank last week in his Jenga loss.
Yeah, Dana usually doesn't drink on Thursdays unless he's asked to work, apparently, and then he will drink a lot. I'm trying to follow the logic that he used on that one, but it's out of his rhythm. So we talk about teams flying east, flying west. Dana being drunk on a Thursday, he's claiming that's a disadvantage.
Well, when I tried to pick his brain a little bit on how much he'd be drinking tonight, I asked him yesterday, are you going to be drinking? How much? He said, well, last time it was 1 p.m. on a Monday afternoon, so it's a little bit more leeway on a Thursday evening.
Yeah, it's basically the weekend right now. Once you reach noon on Thursday, Jake, it might as well be Saturday afternoon.
Feits picks up a trifecta there and leads 14-10.
You got points there?
No, I thought did I put one in?
Did put one in.
Oh, well, that'll do it.
I don't know about that.
I'm going to trust Dana on this one. I think Dana's got a good grip on reality.
Little to the right. So Feits looking for the sweep.
That's a record. I don't know if anyone noticed.
That's 8?
Yeah. I don't count, though.
Scoring correction. Feidelberg did not land in a cornhole there.
Suck my dick, PFT. Fucking 5'9" pussy.
Oh my! I think I have to retire. I think I have to retire, Jake. I just got body bagged by the drunkest bro in Hoboken. There's no coming back from that.
Wow. And it's fitting as Feidelberg nails the airmail. He just cracked open a new record, his 8th high noon hard seltzer of the match.
I don't know how I'm sweating in this room.
I'm sweating my ass off. Like, it's not good.
What do I do to get him back, Jake? Do I have to get drunker than him?
I don't know.
Because one time I put it in the fucking thing.
Can't get they try to get the broadcasters in their head, but now you got to make sure you continue to have a great broadcast with me.
I'm competing against Dana though. Like after
I
that,
got one there.
I mean,
I got four there,
respond.
Right?
4 points
Billy,
for Feidelberg, 15-10.
Let me get one of those nooners. Respect to Billy for walking a drink over. I think that's probably the first time Billy hasn't thrown a beer to somebody or a nooner, someone that hasn't. Hey Dana, you even yug?
Yep. That's all I wanted.
The guzzling audio is very
all
nice.
I wanted.
It's 15-10?
That was very
15-10.
fast.
Fuck you,
Wow.
pussy. Piece of shit. Big red Kool-Aid man ass looking stupid motherfucker.
If you want to use his height, it's 6'4", 240.
6'4", it's not even that big.
So 15-10 Feidelberg, 6 points away from a sweep, as Dana is on High Noon Hard Seltzer, number 8. And another burp.
Yeah, you got to make sure that one got down, huh?
One a little left. More Woodies. Oh, Dana knocks his in, and another disgusting act towards the camera.
He cannot stop thrusting. Oh, and then he just masturbates into Billy's face.
He picks up 3. The deficit's now 2, 15-13 in this big-time second match.
Yeah, this is it's a close match right now. Dana's really found a rhythm. I think mentally, physically, spiritually, he's in the zone.
If my mom saw that, I'm very sorry, Mother. That was fucked up. I don't swear in front of my mom. That was also fucked up.
Keep swearing. We need to have a 6-second delay on Dana at this point.
Dana knew. He was like, I'm just going to cut my losses on
They
this
call
one
it the
here.
dump button in the biz.
Dump button. There you go.
But this is fully live, so let's see what happens.
Dana should call his mouth the dump button.
15-13 fights entering this round. Way too much on that from Dana. And the mid-pitch burp backfires.
That is a tough result there for Dana.
3 Woodies for Feidelberg. He picks up 2 points. It is 17-13.
You know, Jake, a lot of people forget that 5'9" is actually perfectly average height. And it's nothing to be ashamed about. If you look at it from a global perspective, it's actually taller than the average human male on planet Earth. So the joke's really on Dana. Like, he's a big weirdo giant. You big galoot, you freak of nature mutant. Chicks don't even like tall guys anymore.
17-13 Feidelberg, 4 points away. Starts off with the cornhole. Dana's taking the I am unwell hat off.
Yeah.
Fitting name, considering he's 8 High Noon Hard Seltzers in.
I feel fucking great.
You are sweating a lot right now.
That was me.
Jake, let's put a little sideways. How long do you think Dana can go in between words?
Dana's borderline drenched right now.
Not long.
I want to say 4 words.
4 words?
4.5 is the over-under. Let's see.
Oh.
Over, under.
So we can go over. I can just start
will he
running
go
up the score
longer
now?
not saying that word?
Yeah.
Or will this match be over because he's about to lose?
He's about to lose.
Feidelberg needed 4. Right now he has 4.
You got one in?
Yeah.
That's 2 words.
Feidelberg Dana needs to knock one off, and that is it. A sweep for Feidelberg, 22-13. Dana B knocks down 8 High Noon Hard Seltzers.
That really is the story. Hey, like anytime you play Dana, the win
Dana's
doesn't
coming over
really
here to
matter.
shake my
It's
hand.
like,
Sorry, Dana,
you
I
made the
can't
headline.
reach you down there, short stack. Fuck off. Hi, guys. Thanks for tuning in.
So 8 High Noon Hard Seltzers in the books, plus a big fat L. Billy down the stream with Dana B.
Dana, absolutely legendary performance. Not honestly not on the board, but actually boozing like that was. Any comments on your announcers and Patriots?
No, I love Jake Marsh, PFT. I invited him to my wedding. 2 great guys, you know, good competitors in whatever they fucking do. I don't know. But PFT's small, I'm tall. That's the end of the story, and that's an all-time clip. Somebody send me that. You probably already have. That was an all-time clip. Fuck you.
One more question. Do you have a responsible way to get home?
Yeah, I didn't drive here. They have a car. I'm taking the fucking subway. I'm swearing a lot.
Dana's life is so ridiculous that I had to think back. I'm like, wait, is he actually married? I forget.
Yeah, to the girl.
Yeah.
Anyway, our winner.
Yeah, like, are you technically married?
Number one, congrats on the win.
Thank you very much.
And I just want to ask, how bad smelling were those burps?
Oh, they were rough. It was, you could have made the argument like it was like chemical warfare going on over here. It was the most burps I've ever heard in, what were we in here, 20 minutes, half hour? You burped 50 times, Dana. It was insanity.
I'm sorry.
But did it affect your gameplay?
No, it did. It did. Dana, he's a nice guy, but I think it's going to take some more than burps to get into this noggin.
8 beers, not enough points, and 50 beers. Burps. Back to you guys.
All right. A very colorful, no pun intended on this Color Rush evening, match between these two.
Yeah, absolutely. And you could tell Billy was just absolutely starstruck talking to Dana and just how cool he is. That is everything that Billy aspires to be in life is what Dana is right now. And so it's fun to watch kids coming up, looking at their heroes, getting to meet them, be like, yeah, you're exactly as big of a deadbeat loser as I thought that you would be. It's just touching to see. You got to grow the game, and it's just good for the sport to see the athletes connect with the fans like that.
Billy 21, Dana 27. So Billy well on his way. But PFT, how about our close shave of the match presented by Phillips Norelco? Going to be the walk-off winner from Feidelberg. He was locked in from the get-go.
He was, yeah. And Feidelberg was well-balanced in all of his shots today. You got to admire the toe-tapping form that he had. Stay grounded. Dana with last airmail, no surprise there, and a good shake of the hands. We are competitors when we step behind this line, but we're friends afterwards, and you like to see that.
All right, 30.